विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी ॐ विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यं निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिर्भूतं यथा निद्रया यस्साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्रचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ So the I, which we understood as a self-existent. Self-existent means his existence is not dependent upon anything else. Means the existence is the nature. Like the heat of the fire is not dependent upon anything else. You cannot say, suppose if I say that fire is hot because water is hot, correct? Because there is a fire is hot. Because fire is hot. Any nature of a thing for which you don't find a cause. There is no cause for that. So self, the I, exists because it exists. I exist because that exists. No. That exists because I exist actually. That exists because I know it. But I exist. So existence of I, which is self-existent, means existence is the nature of I. If existence is the nature of I can never become non-existent. Fire can never become cold. No, Swamiji, fire is there, but heat has gone. No, fire has also gone. If heat is not there, fire has gone. Could you follow what I am saying? Therefore, existence is my nature. If existence is my nature, means I was existent, I am existent, I will be existent. Then where is death? There is no death. In Vedanta we call Sat. This is called Sat. Self-existent is called Sat. Self-evident. I don't require any means of knowledge to know I. Well, therefore, I am evident to myself. Self-evident means the evidence, the consciousness is my nature. We call Chit. But the problem is not yet solved. Yeah. Because what I say is I am Satchit. You will say, oh, I am also Satchit. And I, Satchit, will reject you, Satchit. You. So, everybody can say this. I plus everything else. You can also say I plus everything. Everything else is object. So we have to prove two things. There are many eyes is wrong, and there are objects of I equal to I which can become a source of threat, create fear, also is of a low or less order of reality. Many eyes also is a low order of reality. There is only one eye really, and the objects of I also has a low order of reality, lower order of reality. Then there is no threat. These two things we have to prove, and that's what we start now, basically. And that is, the inquiry should be like this, and Nididhyasanam also should be like this. So the whole world is divided into two. One is I, other is objects of I. I, the knower, everything is known. Two things. Subject, object. Two things are there. Objects we refer as a this. Subject we refer as a I. So I and this. Knower, known. Right? Subject, object. This is how inquiry begins. I, the knower, is one. The objects which are known are many. Many. Everything. Many. Objects of sight, many. Objects of smell, many. Like that. Everything is many. Anyway, so basically I, the knower, is one, subject is one, and these objects are many. Forms of touch are many, cells are many, so everything, object of knowledge becomes many. I am the only one who is aware of this. Aware of this one, and this, the objects are many. Anyway, so if we think that there is another subject, like you will say, you also say I, the subject, and everything else, including me, becomes object of knowledge for you, etc. So if we think, well, that there is another subject, that subject actually becomes object for me. When I say I, and everything else is object, then you, so-called subject, also becomes object. Please understand this. Object of knowledge. So the moment we think of another subject, it becomes object of knowledge. So I am the subject and everything else is object. Now, well, you will object to say that, well, Swamiji, I look at you, so you are object of knowledge and I am the subject, you will say. Then I will say, I am also subject and you are object of knowledge. Therefore, you said subject is only one and objects are many. I don't agree. Because I am the subject, you are object of knowledge. Oh, Swami. Swami says, yes, I am the subject, you are object of knowledge. And therefore, at least two subjects are there. Like that, everyone can see. So therefore, there are many subjects, many objects of knowledge. But when you say, you are object of knowledge and I am the subject, then you means what? When you say, I am the subject, right? Suppose you say, I am a knower of you. I know you. I am the subject, you are the object of knowledge. You means what? That's the thing. You means what? You know me. I am object of knowledge. You means what? You know my body. You know my body. Am I right or wrong? How do you count two? How do you count? I am subject and you are object of knowledge. When you count, on what is the basis for counting? Body. Am I right or wrong? Yes. Please don't say yes. If you have really understood it, please. Otherwise, I can repeat. A different way we can say. So when in this hall there are many subjects. I am a subject, you are object of knowledge. You are subject, I am object of knowledge. Like that you say there are many subjects and many objects. Well, when you say there are many subjects and many objects on what is the basis of this division. I am subject, you are object of knowledge, fine. When you say you are object of knowledge means what? My body is the object of your knowledge. Am I right? My body is the object of your knowledge. Otherwise, are you seeing this subject? No, you are not able to see. You say object of knowledge, you are object of knowledge when you say, you are pointing a finger, suppose. You are pointing a finger to what? This body. So I am subject, you are object of knowledge, you are a subject, I am object of knowledge, you divide this, including physical body. And therefore, many subjects means many physical body. I is equal to physical body. Other than this physical body, everything is an object of knowledge. That is fine. That's how we count. You say there are many subjects here. What is the basis? Many have you counted? Just think. Many you have counted on basis of many bodies or not? You have counted on basis of body. So that proves many eyes, many subjects means many bodies. This is where Vedanta begins. Otherwise, Vedanta is not required. I am subject, you are objects of my knowledge. That is a simple thing where Vedanta is not required. But I am the subject when you say, you include physical body in the subject naturally. Does the physical body should be included in I, the subject, or should be included in object of knowledge? That's the question. That is where Vedanta begins. That's where Vedanta begins. And you have a very I sense, the subject sense also in many things other than this body. Dear child, dear wife, or dear car. Because anything happens there, you are affected. Right? Something happens to your wife, naturally. People ask even in office, why you are not in so good? Oh, my wife is ill. She is having ill. But she is having, why you? So there is an I sense in that. A child may be, suppose child might have failed in exam, etc. You feel that you are failed. So you have a so-called I sense in a certain people around. But that I sense is a very false I sense. Because if really the child is I, then child is 3-year-old, I should say I am 3-year-old. You never say. Right? When you are feeding a child, you don't have that sense that I am feeding myself. No. Yeah. And therefore, even though we have a so-called I sense, but it's a pseudo I sense. Really, we don't have that I sense. But in this body, definitely there is I sense. So anyway, so we never commit a mirror of, the error of taking this child as myself, even though we have so-called I sense in that. If I take the child as myself, then definitely his age is my age. Or I should say, well, I'm going to get admission in a nursery. So that won't happen. So I know the child as a child, not as myself. Sure. Confusion of taking the object as subject doesn't happen other than physical body. Never happens. And therefore the whole world other than this physical body is object of knowledge. This. And subject I means physical body and whatever is inside. This division is there. Therefore this tree, this plant, this object of knowledge, this. When it comes to body, I, etc. Now I ask you another question. Well, who are you? And then you will immediately say, well, I am a father of 2 sons. or I am the son of so and so, either. I am son of so and so. When you say I am the son of so and so, as though you are equating totally I with the son. As if the sun, being sun, is your reality, right? Natural. Sun is the nature of I, it looks like that. And if sun is the nature of I, you cannot become father, but after just few minutes, while you say I am father, when your son arrives, you say I am father. Now sunness is your nature or fatherness is your nature? You associate I with many things. Many things you associate. If anything which is nature, then you cannot get rid of it, right? I just told you heat and fire. You cannot get rid of it. If you say I am son, it means I am son as if forever. Then you cannot be a father. You cannot be uncle. You cannot be a neighbor. Swami, you are really a crazy guy, or you are a fool. That's better, I think. Oh, Swami, you are a fool. With respect to my son, I am father. With respect to my father, I am son. With respect to, well, someone else, I am friend. With respect to someone else, I am neighbor. But I am asking you, who are you with respect to yourself? Don't relate anywhere. Just yourself. You don't understand, Swami? With respect to myself, I am body. Unless I am a body, I cannot be son. Right? When you say, I am a son, definitely, once the person goes away, where is sonhood? Gone. So whatever the introduction you give, in that, well, one thing is common. I am physical body. I am physical body. When you say I am son, yes, I am physical body. When you say I am father, I am physical body. When you say I am neighbor, definitely I am physical body. When you say I am friend, I am physical body. When you say I am uncle, I am physical body. That thing will remain. With respect to the people around, you may differ. Son, this. With respect to myself, I am just physical body. That's a reality. And therefore, even so, I say when I am physical body, because there is an I sense in this physical body. To the extent that what you wear also remains 24 hours, still you don't have an I sense. All the time on the body. Yeah. Otherwise, what should you say? I am Jabba. You should say that? No. So even though these clothes etc. remain on your body, you don't have an I sense in that. This sense. It's an object. Otherwise you should say I am a jibba, I am fabric, I am cotton. You never say that. Yeah, but attributes of the physical body are my attributes. Body is black, I am black. Body is fair, I am fair. Body is lying down, I am lying down. Body is walking, I am walking. So body is tall, I am tall. Body is short, I am short. Body is here, I am here. Body is there, I am there. Therefore, I am physical body. That's it. This is my identity. It's a little hasty. It's a little hasty. Conclusion that I am physical body is a little hasty conclusion. Now, so when the question is asked, who are you? Well, you say answer should be I am physical body. Nothing else is me. And when the body is healthy, I am healthy, etc. You can think many things in that. When the body perishes, I perish, etc. So, well, when I say I am tall, when you make this statement, just analyze it. When you say I am tall, is it not that you know your body is tall? Is it true or not? If you don't know your body is tall, will you make a statement, I am tall? No. Am I right or wrong? So when you say I am short, is it not that you know your body is short? Actually. And therefore, when you say I am fat, you know that your body is fat, etc. So when you say I am walking, is it not that you know that body is walking? You know very well. So when you know the body is tall, then body should be included in I, or it should be included in object of knowledge. That's what it is. Am I right or wrong? Would you follow what I am saying? Body should be included in the subject, the knower, or body should be included in the object of knowledge? It's object of knowledge. So even though, in fact, body is a very intimate object of knowledge, you can write. If I tell you to write about your body, I tell you write pages and pages. I know my body much more than I know your body. Am I right? Very intimate object of knowledge. What happened to the body before 20 years, then what you had undergone, etc. Everything. You know your body much more than your own flask which you carry all the time. If body is object of knowledge, then why should I say and body is tall? Why should I say I am tall? Seeing a tall tree, right? Knowing a tall tree, you never say I am tall. But knowing a tall body, you say I am tall. Why? That's it. Because you don't know about yourself. So the very object of knowledge is thrown in the knower. Why? Because I don't know the nature of knower. I don't know the nature of I. Ignorance. Why do there is ignorance? People ask this question. Oh my God! In Chicago, one young person, he got so irritated with me. If ignorance has a cause, think. If ignorance has a cause and ignorance is a effect, effect arrives, right? So ignorance arrives. If ignorance arrives, ignorance has a beginning. Then what was there before ignorance? Wow. Knowledge. Because ignorance can definitely push away something which is opposite. Darkness arrives when you say, definitely it pushes off what? The light. Light arrives, it pushes off darkness. People ask, cause of ignorance. Cause of ignorance means ignorance is effect. If ignorance, effect will definitely emerge. Right? Effect is which takes place, which is born. So if ignorance is born before that, what should be there? Which is pushed by the ignorance? That's knowledge. Knowledge was there of the self, and somehow it has gone, and now ignorance has arrived of the self. That is not. Therefore, ignorance is beginningless. Yeah. Once you know for good. It never. Perhaps you may forget, that's a different thing. But whenever somebody reminds you or you remember, you never feel that, oh, I came to know now. You say, I remembered, I recollected, etc. Once you know for sure, ignorance cannot arise. That's not a good question to ask, but people ask generally. Ignorance we call beginningless. Yeah. So ignorance, if it is beginningless, it has not arrived because of my own karma or something, I should not bother about it. I should not bother. I should not consider myself as guilty, being ignorant of the self. Yeah, it's there. You should say it is there. If you don't do anything to get rid of it, being a human being, well, you should say, well, that's a waste of human life. But this is, ignorance is basically, is there. No one goes to any university to get ignorance, etc. In order to get rid of ignorance, people go. Ignorance is there. Due to that ignorance, the object has been included. The object of knowledge has been included in the subject. Subject-object error is highlighted in Vedanta. Subject-object error is the object basically is included in the subject. So my physical body is as good as an object of knowledge as any other physical body. In fact, I know my body intimately than anybody else, and therefore you can cheat a person. In office, people cheat. Oh, I have back pain. Actually, his wife has called to go for a movie in the evening, so he has to go early. This boss is not allowing. Oh, I have back pain. Who is going to know other than the person, right? Boss cannot. You know your body very intimately, very intimate. In fact, people take notes of their own body so much day in and out. Several times they go to the mirror and keep checking whether the body is stoned or not, this, that, everything. People make a note of it. So intimately, you know. It's an intimate object of your knowledge. Therefore, the knower, the subject, is not physical body. And therefore, the object's attributes basically are located in the object. The restlessness of the monkey is in the monkey. I should not say I am restless. Why are you saying this? You say I am black, I am tall, I am short, I am fat. Really, you are fat or the body is fat? It's an object. It's an attribute of object. The fatness and tallness and all this. Why you say you are fat? It's like seeing a restless monkey. You say, I am restless. In fact, you never say, in fact, you enjoy. Your restlessness goes away. Seeing a restless monkey, you never say, I am restless. Unless you are already restless. Yeah, that's another thing. You are already restless. Well, you keep saying that. But otherwise not. Objects' attributes are of the object only, not of the subject. Yeah. Health. Oh. Therefore, big therefore, fear of old age. My God. I am getting old, Swami. What is getting old? Okay? So we are shedding off now fears, one by one. Fear of death. Of course. But only death of body is death of eye. We'll see. But right now, at least give a benefit of doubt to this Swami, that it's a death of body, it's not death of me. We'll come later. We'll address that issue of the death. Already I have told one reason, self-existent, etc. But we'll come to that. So, I am different from the body, and therefore the attributes of the body are not my body, etc. So, whatever is external to this body and it has certain attributes. I keep those attributes to the object. I never put them on myself. Same way, this body also is an object of knowledge, like any other external object, and therefore attributes of the body should be of the body only, not of me. Never say I am 50-year-old. Yeah. No. Never say I am 50-year-old. Never celebrate birthday. You enjoy. What I'm saying is knowingly you enjoy. That's the joy. The real joy lies in, once you know, then there is real joy. But anyway, so the body's limitation, etc., should be confined to the body. I am objective only when I confine the attributes of the object to the object. Then I can call objective. Whenever there is objectivity, there is peace. There is joy. There is equanimity. You don't make it on subject. Anyway, then Swami, I am sense organ because I know the body as object of knowledge. How? Because I see the body, I touch the body, I smell the body, right? I taste the body. Therefore, it's object of knowledge. But body has become object of knowledge through my senses. Therefore, I am sense organs. I am eyes. I am ears. Even your sense organs is object of knowledge. In fact, you have to tell about your eyes first to the eye specialist. Then he will conclude something. He will say, what's the problem? He will ask you. Right? Sense organs are also an object of knowledge. You know your eyes are functioning, good, bad, not functioning, this, that, etc. You are able to say. Your ears are able to hear or not. Who says? Doctors? No. You say first. Then doctor concludes, this may be problem, that may be problem. So I am sense organ is not true. Sense organs are also equally object of knowledge. Fine, Swami. Then basically this all conclusion, I am not physical body, I am not sense organ, that conclusion takes place where? In the mind. I conclude, you say. I conclude that I am not physical body. I conclude I am not sense organs. So I am conclusion. Conclusion occurs where? In the mind. Therefore, I am the mind. I am thoughts. With thoughts I arrive, with thoughts go, I go away. Therefore, if mind is restless, I am restless. Mind is angry, I am angry. Mind is greedy, I am greedy. Right? Because I conclude everything. That conclusion happens where? In mind. Therefore, I am mind. That's it. Mind is restless, I am restless. Now listen. An unknown restless mind cannot make you restless. An unknown restless mind cannot make you restless. Mind is restless, you don't know at all. You will not say I am restless. Right? And if mind is restless, that you know, then you are not restless. Because it is mind that is restless. Could you follow? Unknown restless mind cannot make you restless. Cannot make you restless, cannot make you give a statement that I am restless. Because mind is restless, which you don't know at all. You will not make a statement I am restless. And restless mind is there, which you know. Then you should not say I am restless, because it is mind that is restless. Abba. Am I right or wrong? Does it make sense? So mind which is known as restless then you should not worry, because it is the mind that is restless, not you. And mind which is restless is not known to you, then you will not make a statement also, I am restless. And therefore, well, mind also is an object of knowledge. You know very well when the anger arises, anger has gone, this, that, what's the intensity of the anger, what is the intensity of any emotion. Even before it arises, you in fact sometimes, caution the person. You go away otherwise, so the person says, okay. Any emotion, any thought arises, you know very well. What is going on in your mind, you know. That's what you describe, a person describes to a psychiatrist, what is going on in the mind. Very well known to you. One thing is for sure, that the knower and the object of knowledge cannot be one. Knower cannot be object of knowledge. Whatever you know, you cannot say, I am that. I see a donkey, and I say, I am. That's that kind of a thing. Object of knowledge is object of knowledge. Only two things are there in the world. I, the subject, and everything is object of knowledge. We are analyzing here, which is subject-object error. We are analyzing anyway. So basically, I am mind also, I am not the mind, etc. Also, it is very easy to understand. I am very much aware of what is going on in the mind, etc. I can't take the I can't take thought as I very much objectify my thoughts very well. So if the thought is I, then when the thought is gone, I is gone. The thought is gone, that also you know. Sometimes people say, Swamiji, my mind was not able to think anything. You say like that. They call stabdhi bhava. Sometimes your mind becomes like that. Under a great shock, something you hear and for a moment you are not able to think anything. No thought. That also you know. And therefore, I am not the mind. I am the one who objectifies the mind. I am the knower of mind, a witness of the mind. Generally we use the word witness, etc. But anyway, knower. Okay, then you say, I am memory. That is also not true. I am there to recollect the memory. Not that I have gone with the memory. Memory is gone, I am also gone. No, that's what you complain. Swamiji, I have no memory. People, in old age means anything can happen. They open the refrigerator to pull out some vegetables to make curry, etc. And then they forget. And like that everything, just you switch on the stove and then, the milk has come out. Milk helps this, the fire to put off. I don't put off. And all these things happen, you complain to. Sometimes Swami comes and he says, Swamiji, I am losing memory to a great extent. I don't remember names, cell phones, this, that, numbers. So memory is gone. I am gone. And you have started eating something and memory has come back. Let's say, I have come back. In between I was not there at all. You are there to collect the memories. You are there to recollect the memories. Before memories arrive, you are there. What did you eat before 3 days in a dinner? Don't ask me. Really, I also don't remember. You also don't remember. So, but you are very much there to recollect. Yeah. Still, it has not arrived on the surface. You are there or not? I am there. Therefore, you are not memories. I am a doctor of medicine, Swamiji. I am a chemical engineer. I am this, I am chemist, I am physicist. Nobody is born as a physicist. You gather the knowledge, right? Before gathering the knowledge, going to universities, you were there or not? I was there. Not only that, when the knowledge is there, you are very much there to say this, I have this much knowledge and not further. You are able to objectify your knowledge pertaining to any discipline of knowledge. Right? You were very much there. Nobody is born as a doctor. One gathers knowledge. If you gather the knowledge, you are very much there before gathering the knowledge. Right? And therefore, I am not knowledge. I know what I know. It's object of knowledge. And therefore, the last thing is, well, Swami, who am I? Well, fine. I'm ignorance, because I am born with ignorance. On all along, ignorance is there. Therefore, I am ignorance. If you are ignorance, you will not make a statement that I know that I am ignorant, because this much knowledge is there that I am ignorant. If you are ignorance, even you cannot make a statement that I know I am ignorant. I know, that's gone, over. It's an amazing thing. This is the only place in the entire world where the glory of the I is sung. Anywhere in the world, anyone sings the glory of another person, he is waiting that the other person also should sing glory of that one, or for some selfish motive. This is the only place, Vedanta, where the glory of I. And I am going to show that you are unique in the creation. Whatever is there is you only. Nothing else. Nothing else. There is no another factor at all, other than in experience. In experiential duality will be there. I gave you example of reflections and shadows and all this. Just you see something, well, it's not true that the other thing is really as real as you are. This is called non-duality, where what is there, either you say what is there is I, or what is there is Brahman or Ishvara. Same thing. Same thing. I would say the Vedanta ends, the culmination of the Vedanta is what is there is I. We'll be seeing that. I am not physical body, I am not this. So who am I then? So from the one standpoint I am knowledgeable, from other standpoint I am ignorant. I know what I know what I don't know. Therefore, basically, ignorance and knowledge, whatever is there, is all object of knowledge. And therefore, well, basically, I am just a knower. I, the subject, is knower. Everything else, the body, the memory, the senses, mind, knowledge, intellect, ignorance, all is object of knowledge. And therefore, you should also say, I am knower. You should say, I am knower. You should say, I am knower. That's it. That's your reality now. I am knower. What is the difference between I, the knower, when you say, and I say, I am knower? What is the difference between two I's? What is the difference?
Respect to the person who is saying.
No. What is the difference between two I's, two knowers?
I think when we say knower, it is the I sense.
Just two knowers are there. Now we have established, you have also I sense, right? And that is knower, we have understood. Your body is object of knowledge, your memory is object of knowledge, your mind is object of knowledge, your knowledge, etc. is also object of knowledge, your ignorance is object of knowledge, your senses is object of knowledge. You will also say, I am just knower. I will also say the same thing. What is the difference between I knower and you knower? You will say I knower.
There is no difference.
No difference. Wonderful. all differences exist where? Ah, wonderful. Ah, there is a difference in memory. There is a difference in, not knowledge, but there is a difference in areas of knowledge. You may be knowing one area of knowledge, I may be knowing different area of knowledge. There is a difference in memory, difference in senses, difference in physical body, but that is all object of knowledge. In I, the knower, there is no difference. There is no variety in I. But there is another thing yet. There are many eyes. Right? Nana vidhani pushpani samarpayami, we say like that, right? Nana. Nana means many. Vidhani means vividhani, variety. Sometime, well, like sometimes they make chair, they mold the chair, they have a particular frame in which with that they make many chairs. So every chair is exactly like the other chair. Suppose, think that way. So there is no variety in the chairs, but then there is manyness in the chair. Same way, there is no variety in the knower, but there are many knowers. Still thread has not gone. Are there many knowers or not? In reality. That's the core of Vedanta. Are there many knowers in reality? Please understand. Really there are, I is knower or I is something else.
There is only one knower.
We will see. Anyway, as in Sanskrit, the English also has these prefixes, suffixes. To make adverbs, we have, ly we add. Oh, I cleaned the room thoroughly. So you applied it ly. Thoroughly, adverb. Adverb means it adds the meaning to the verb. That's called adverb. Cleaning, of course, right? Action. But how did you clean? Thoroughly. So it enhances the meaning of the verb. Action, enhances the meaning of action. So ly is also a suffix to make adverb. We have another suffix in English called er to make the nouns. Knower, seer, right? Walker. So what does it mean? Walker means what? Walker means a person who walks. Er stands for a person. And that person does an action denoted by that verb, walk. Walker. So one who walks is walker. One who runs is runner. One who sees is seer. One who hears is hearer. Okay? One who knows is knower. So this person is doing an action of knowing. So when there is an object of knowledge, when object of knowledge is there, then I say I am a knower. When the sound is there, which I hear, then I say I am hearer. When there is something to see, some object is there to see, I say I am seer. Right? If no object is there to know, or no object is there, no words are there to listen, suppose. Because I don't speak, suppose, some word, no words. If I don't speak any words, you don't listen any words, will you call yourself as a listener or hearer? No. Because you are not doing the action. Er is applied when you do an action. When you are basically not a walker. When you start walking, you are a walker. Am I right? So when you really start knowing, When you know, because there is object of knowledge, then you say, I am a knower. But if no object is there to be known, will you call yourself as a knower? No. Means you are gone, non-existent. That's a good thing. Good thing. You are still there, but not as a knower. Who is that? I, which is not a knower. What is that I? At least this much we know, that that basis must be something from which a knower arises. When object of knowledge is there. How does the I gain a status of a knower? What should be there in that basis? Knowledge, consciousness. Without being consciousness, how will you become a knower? You cannot. And therefore, I, in reality, in essence, the basis is consciousness. Appa. You have to still see what this consciousness is. Now listen. When I speak certain words, we are changing a little way of saying in order to really arrive at this. When words are spoken, those words are heard, then you take yourself to be hearer, and of course the basis will always be there, consciousness. Clear? Words heard, hearer, consciousness. Words not spoken, not heard, hearer is not there, consciousness is. Great. So that shows that I am basically consciousness assumes a status of a hearer when words are heard. I am not really hearer, I assume a status. When words are not heard, because not spoken, etc., well, I am not a hearer, but still I as a consciousness continue. So now you should do Nididhyasanam like this. When words are heard, consciousness is. Words are not heard, consciousness I is. Why, Swamiji, you should add that hearer? That's a status. It comes and goes. Right? You hear words, then you have a status. It's not your reality. You assume a status. That's called ego. But Swamiji, how can I assume, I the consciousness assume a status of a seer, hearer, etc.? Simple. Something is to be added. How does an actor assume a role? Add a costume. Add a costume. Otherwise, he assumes a role of a beggar. He has to wear like that. Oh, otherwise he has his clothes and everything. They are just dream for us. Yeah. Actor cannot assume, please understand, actor cannot assume a status of a beggar role without addition of a costume. You also, the consciousness, cannot assume of a status of a hearer, seer, toucher, etc., doer, experiencer, without addition of a costume. That costume is what? No. That's fine. I don't say it's not, but basically, mind. Consciousness along with the costume of a mind becomes this individual, seer, hearer, knower, doer, experiencer. When mind resolves, the costume is taken away. I am no more seer, hearer. Huh?
The mind is a manha too?
Mana, mind. Yeah. Am I right or wrong? In deep sleep state, you are not a hearer, you are not experienced, you are not a doer. Amazing, right? So the consciousness assumes this status because of the conscious mind, naturally. The conscious mind is called individual, ego, jiva, whatever you want to say. That's it. In presence of mind, in presence of you, the consciousness, which is a truth, the mind basically arises and becomes conscious and assumes various role as an individual, ego. But that arises, subsides, right? In a waking and dream, they arise. Because mind is present. Deep sleep state mind resolves. It doesn't resolve anywhere, it doesn't fly, it resolves in you.
The objects also arise.
So I am basically consciousness. So in Nididhyasana we should do like this. Words are heard. I, consciousness, is. Words are not heard. I, consciousness, is. Forms are seen. I, consciousness, is. Forms are not seen. I, consciousness, is. Various smells experienced. I, consciousness, is. Various smells not experienced. Deep sleep state, etc. I, consciousness, is. All these objects of knowledge, when they are there, I am there. When they are not there, I am there. Now let us fly. Where? Space is. Space object of knowledge. Consciousness is. Space resolves. You are not aware of space. Deep sleep state. Consciousness is. Time is. Concept of time is. Consciousness is. Time resolves. Your awareness of time resolves. Consciousness is. So you basically, in absence of space also you exist. Could you follow what I am saying? I exist even in absence of space. Space is not, consciousness is. No, Swamiji, but space cannot go away. Okay, space cannot go away. You say space is. Consciousness is. As existence of anything can be established by what? Consciousness. Please understand, this is a big thing. Existence of any object is established in presence of consciousness. Existence of consciousness I is established by I. Self exists. Clear? Yeah. Amazing thing. Therefore, I, the consciousness, is space-wise limitless. Because, now see, when you are aware of any object, you are also aware of the space. You may not be taking note into, but definitely, when you are seeing me, aware of me, definitely you are aware of the space also. Yeah. But I, the consciousness, basically exist without awareness of the space. Then what is the dimension of consciousness? Any form with a certain height, etc., height, length, width, exists in space, limited in space. Whatever object, big object, could be a black hole. Could be a black hole. Recently I came to know that there is one black hole which gulps the entire solar systems happening in this universe, we should prayerfully telling you, gulping solar systems. I'm not telling, I tell you should not believe, scientists are telling. My God, what a dimension of the thing, of the universe. Anyway, so I exist without even the space. Every object exists in space. Object exists, you have to take it. Space also exists. I exist. Space is not I exist. I, the consciousness, is. I exist in absence of space. Then I am not limited in space. I don't have any form. Consciousness has no width, no length, no height. Consciousness is formless. The moment when I say that and you try to make it as an object of consciousness you are trying to see as object of consciousness, it won't work. It never works. And then you say, Swamiji, what you said is right, but I have not experienced limitless consciousness. I am talking about I. When you say I, you want to experience as an object, then it is non-I. Only thing is, in light of these words, you have to drop the notions pertaining to the I and recognize that you are this limitless consciousness. If you try to make it as an object, that's gone. And as such also you can never make a limitless thing as an object of any thought. Try. Please understand. Then what should I drop? Oh, I am a limited being. Drop it with a certain dimension, 5 feet 8 inches and 2 feet wide or 3 feet wide or whatever. No, you don't have this dimension. It's a dimension of body. I am limitless, spatially, space-wise, limitless consciousness. Then what is the distance between the space and limitless consciousness? What is the distance?
No distance.
No distance. Space is non-separate from I, the consciousness. The moment I is shifted from the consciousness to the body, this thing you will not appreciate. Gone. I am in the space. The space is non-separate from me. How? But what is that I? When you say I am in space, again you take body as I. Now see, the space is in consciousness. Space is non-separate from consciousness. The very existence of space is in consciousness. Space is consciousness is. Space is not consciousness is. Very existence, simple to understand, very existence of the dream space in which your dream world is within you or outside you? Within you. It's within you. The whole space shines in what? In dream. In you. Already you are limitless now. Okay? Now you can understand how many eyes and etc. you will that has disappeared already. Okay. Now moon is in space. And I am conscious of moon. So moon is in consciousness, I. What is the distance between moon and I consciousness? Ah, ready, huh? If you say there is a distance in terms of space between moon and you, suppose Very space is in consciousness. If you say I am body, then there is infinite distance. Could you follow? Yes. So moon is in consciousness. Moon along with the space is in consciousness. Sun along with the space is in consciousness. Entire physical universe along with the space is in consciousness. Physical universe is, including space and time. Consciousness is. Physical universe, including space and time, is not. Consciousness is. Deep sleep state. Okay? That establishes a very beautiful relationship between physical universe and I, the consciousness. What's the relationship? One is, the other is. One is not, yet the other is. Yeah, but what is that? Do you think both are equally real? See, wave is, water is. Wave is not. Physical universe is, consciousness is. Physical universe is not, consciousness is. That's how it is. Like in deep sleep. Very existence of the physical universe, to establish the existence of a physical universe, what you need? Consciousness, right? Yeah. So very existence of the physical universe is established in consciousness. The physical universe is not, still consciousness. Existence of the wave is established in water. If wave resolves, water is. One is dependent for its existence on another. The other is independent for its existence. Okay? Therefore, both have a not same degree of reality. Okay. Is not this physical body within space? It is within space. And the space is within consciousness. Therefore, this physical body along with the space exists in consciousness I. Not just this physical body, this physical body, this physical body. All the physical body exists in space. The space exists in consciousness. Therefore, all the physical body exists along with the space in consciousness. Then where is your location? What's your location? What are you saying, Swami? Where is your location? Are you in physical body? Could you follow? Yeah. That's how consciousness is called all-pervasive. This is the meaning of all-pervasive. You don't have location. This is your reality. Anyway, and therefore now tell me how many eyes are there?
101.
There cannot be two limitless consciousnesses. In fact, in English, there is no plural for consciousness. There is no plural. Have you heard about consciousnesses? There cannot be two limitless. There cannot be two all-pervasive. There should be one. How many eyes? One eye. In reality. Seeing many eyes in a hall, the Swami has a courage to prove that there is only one. Everyone can claim, I am limitless consciousness. Where is the other eye to threaten you? Where is the other eye?
Inside.
But then, Swami, we have an eye sense. You also have an eye sense, so looks many eyes kind of a thing. Yes, correct. But if that is through the that costume through the mind. Through the mind, you basically are all egos. But that's not your reality. What's the reality? Is not that knower, ego, experiencer. Your reality is you are knowledge, consciousness, all pervading consciousness. Limitless consciousness is your reality. You can also claim, I can also claim. Everyone has to claim. If one claim will not work, because you still take yourself to be knower, experiencer, doer, individual, etc. etc. We have to also claim the same thing. Well, when you transact with the world, objects of knowledge, you assume through the mind a role of an individual. We call Jiva. Transact, doer, experience, etc. Then still, basically you are consciousness. And when you don't transact, give away the costume, still you are very much there. Right? Actor will be there, whether he plays a role or whether he doesn't play a role. Role comes and goes. This ego, the sense of ego, etc., individual, etc., will be there. Knowers, yes. Empirically, well, many knowers. In reality, only one consciousness. And therefore, all minds, all bodies, all memories, all senses, everything exists in one consciousness. Then they ask a question. If all the minds exist in consciousness, I must be knowing, I should know what is going on in that mind. If really consciousness wants to know what is there in other mind, or as a knower I want to know. And with a knower, well, when you say knower, your identification with this mind or that mind? With this mind. That's it. Right? But why identification with this mind and not that mind? Because you have a upadhi of a karana sharira from which the mind, the sukshma sharira, has come. So identifying with the one upadhi, karana sharira, then well, definitely you have identification with the one subtle body, which is the effect of that. Therefore, you, as a knower, you cannot know what is going on in others' mind, because what is there in this mind can become your object. This question always, whenever I discuss this topic, this question definitely comes. Yeah. As a consciousness, you don't want to know anything. In fact, knower is mithya. As a knower, you want to know. Then as a knower means you have already wear one costume. Then you are definitely, you have one role to play. Once you wear a costume, that's it. You have a certain script. That's it.
So as a consciousness, you are not the individual.
Individual is a consciousness. Right? Jiva is Brahman. This limitless consciousness is called Brahman in the Shastra. In which space, time, all objects exist. You are basically timeless consciousness.
And because the mind, the mana, dissolves in deep sleep, so the world is also deep sleep. Is that why the word is called Mithya? Jagat Mithya?
Absolutely. What arrives and goes is Mithya. What never arrives and never goes, always stays, is Satya. Means, which is not available for negation, that entity is Satya. You cannot negate it. Whereas ego is something which is negated. Right? Even if it is there, it is negated. The reality between ego and the consciousness is, what is the reality? Consciousness is the reality. The seer is there, consciousness is there. Seer is gone, suppose nothing. If I close the eyes, no forms to be seen, then I am not a seer. Still I am consciousness. Would you follow? The very seer is negated in light of this knowledge that I am consciousness. Therefore that is called mithya. Anyway, now the other thing is, well, if I am consciousness pervading everything, a little different angle. Then Swamiji, well, consciousness, because of that everything is known. Then, well, I should be knowing everything. Forget about others' mind, but I should be, consciousness pervades everything. Then I should be knowing everything. Because knowledge means what? Knowledge has a basis in consciousness. If I have all pervading consciousness, I should be knowing everything. No. No. Why? Why no? Because what is there in the mind, you know. What is outside mind, you don't know. But that also you know. That many things you don't know. You know what you don't know. And you know what you know. You are conscious of what you don't know. So, what is unknown also is pervaded by consciousness. What is known also is pervaded by consciousness. So basically, I, the consciousness, what is there? Like it is like saying, see, this known and unknown actually is division, is based on this, based on mind. I will give you an example. There is a campus here. Now, with reference to the walls of this campus, there are people who are inside the campus and there are people who are outside the campus. But from the standpoint of the space, all are inside. So with reference to the mind wall, there are few objects inside the mind, known. There are many objects outside the walls of the mind, not known, but that also is known to you. That area are not known. So consciousness pervades all the objects. Some are unknown, some are known. Some are in the mind, some are outside mind. Many are outside the mind. Right? So this is how consciousness, your consciousness basically is understood. I'm putting off because I have to take some questions. But we should understand, with one example I take here, in order to understand this reality between the world and consciousness now. See, if there is a cup, we use this cup, tea cup, generally styrofoam cups. When I bring a cup, when I keep a cup here and I say, what is this? You say cup. I use a word styrofoam. Whether both are right, whether one is more right, or whether both are wrong. What do you think? If both are right, that means the cup and styrofoam are synonymous words. Is it true? Do you think you can tell? When I say aqua and you say water, well, both are right. If a little water is here, I say aqua, you say water. If both are right means both words are synonyms. But a cup is there and you say cup and I say styrofoam. Is a synonym? No. One is more right than the other. Who is more right? If you are right, and if both are synonyms, wherever the cup is, styrofoam should be there. Wherever the aqua, there the water. Wherever the cup is, styrofoam is no. Somewhere the cup is, plastic is, not styrofoam. Right? Yeah. Therefore, one is more right than the other, basically. Anyway, and now, cup, when I break this cup, styrofoam cup is gone. I use the word like this. Cup is gone. If cup is gone, then where it has gone? Leaving the styrofoam. Huh? Huh? Where it has gone? Or it has merged into styrofoam, do you think? Merged into styrofoam? It is in styrofoam. It is from styrofoam. It has gone away from styrofoam. Cup is basically a form given to the styrofoam by a cup maker. That is we call creation. This is called creation. Creation is nothing but various forms and names. Then you give the names. So cup is nothing but a form given to the styrofoam. We call the creation of cup. That's called cup. Anyway, so between cup and styrofoam, cup is not independent for existence from the styrofoam. Styrofoam is independent in terms of existence. Would you follow? And therefore, from one styrofoam, even if you make 1,000 cups, well, all the cups basically, there's a creation of cups for all the cups. So if you count the substance, it is just one. If you count cups, there are many. You use the cups, but if you count the styrofoam, it is basically one, non-dual. So, well, if cup realizes that I am styrofoam in the form of a cup, the cup will not have a fear from other cup. You follow what I am saying? If the cup basically realizes that I am a styrofoam in the form of a cup, then that cup will not have a fear from the another cup. But if cup doesn't know that basically my true nature is styrofoam, that cup will take itself very individual and has a threat, has a fear from another bigger cup of a styrofoam, etc. Anyway, so the problem of fear basically, or any problem for that matter, can be really a problem or apparent problem. This is just an apparent problem. Cup doesn't know its own true nature, etc. And if this problem is apparent, well, then it is a seeming problem, of course, then it's not a problem at all. And if there's a real problem, we have to solve it, etc. So, dvitiyati bhayam bhavati. If the cup has this, that there is another thing, another cup other than myself, then it will always have fear. If cup realizes that I am styrofoam, then it says I am a non-dual. Styrofoam appears in various forms of cup. Styrofoam, basic realization of the cup like this, as a styrofoam, will solve the problem of fear. Same way I realize I am the consciousness which appears in forms of various names and forms. Every form exists in me, shines in me, appears in me, disappears in me. Then there is no fear from another object. There is no another I have already told you. There is no another object as real as I. Solve it. Okay? Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Quickly some answers, questions. Swami, you have to answer all. Okay. How do I create less but good karma for next life? How do I create less? Less but good karma means I want to understand this question. Create less but good. So I don't know what is it. Anyway, are horrible experiences in this life because of bad karma payoff from last lives? If yes, how do I neutralize them? Yeah. So could be from this life also. Any experience which is unwanted is because of our bad karmas. Any experiences which gives you a dukkham, pain, definitely, well, it's due to my papa karmas. Could be in this life or could be of the past life. And neutralization, we have a karmas. Karma neutralization by karma. And that is called prayashchita karma. So we don't have a culture which is a regretting culture. Confession, every week, confession. On Sundays, confession. No, we don't have a regretting culture. We have a learning culture. Yeah. And if some mistake is there, we do prayashchita karma. There are prayashchita karmas. And there are many prayashchita karmas. Plenty. Starting from Rudrabhishekam, etc. Abhishekam to the Lord Shiva with the help of Rudram, etc. That puja, Rudrabhishek, etc. Chanting of the Rudram, etc. All this are considered to be the great prayashchita karma. Yeah. And because Rudra is, Rodayati ti Rudra, one which makes you cry, is Rudra. So definitely we are of our papa karmas, we cry. Then we pray to him again in order to make us free from this. So prayashchita is also. As you explained, mass energy is conserved even upon death. But patterns, both physical patterns and thought patterns can be lost. They were present before that and are absent afterwards. This seems to be true even from Ishvara's experience. Even if we assume Eka Jiva Vada, then how do we not fear this loss? Thoughts keep arising. What is the loss? Thoughts keep arising. One thought is gone, another thought arises. And therefore, Eka Jiva Vada it's also called Drishti Srushti Vada, etc. But in our tradition, we always have a Srushti Drishti Vada. The creation is, but it is mithya. Drishti Srushti Vada means so long as this Drishta, the Jiva is, the creation is. That is what it is actually. That's called Eka Jiva Vada. And since we don't advocate this particular Vada, I don't comment upon that. But one thing is there, that even I talked about the mass energy, etc., conversion and all. That is from the standpoint of this material world and the standpoint of this Jiva. So this conscious being, the Jiva, I said it doesn't die. Because between matter and the conscious being, definitely what is more real is the conscious being, who establishes the existence of the material world. And therefore, if material world itself doesn't cease to exist, it doesn't become non-existent. Therefore, then why this Jiva should cease to exist? That's what my point was at day 4 yesterday. And therefore, there is no question that I will be decimated totally. That's the only thing I told about all these physical patterns and thought patterns. What I want to convey is, even thought patterns, etc., go away. Correct. They are fleeting. In a fleeting also it gets converted into something else. One thought pattern goes away, gives rise to another thought pattern. And therefore, I don't think we should apply our principle of mass energy to this thought patterns, etc. I don't feel so. We should apply it. In general, the subtle body, the subtle elements will merge into the subtle body merges into subtle elements, and you definitely gain another subtle body at the time of creation, depending upon your karma, from the causal body. So that is there. In that sense, it is conserved. Not in terms of a particular thought pattern, how it is conserved, etc. As a subtle body, I am saying, it is conserved, definitely conserved. My son in his late 20s sent a text message. There was a shooting in my gym yesterday. Crazy. How do I approach this fear? How can I advise? Yeah, it's a good question. But what we discussed, he should be exposed to this kind of a thing. And if it is not exposed, well, you should only tell him to take caution. And what can you say more than that? In order to get rid of a fear, in course of time, the Ishvara has to be brought and all this. Is he able to appreciate or is he able to accept, etc. We have to see. What things we have discussed in 3 days, well, if he is also exposed, he will also get rid of fear slowly. But suppose he said, I don't accept what Swami says anything, then you should say, please take care. You know, certain places don't go or whatever. You can say, that's what else can you say? Or make the mind stronger and then again prayer, etc. Oh, I don't pray. Suppose, generally they say, I don't pray. I don't believe in all this. Then how will you say? What reasons we know in order to remove the fear? If those reasons is not, the means to remove the solutions to remove the fear, if we tell him and if he doesn't accept, then what? Then tell him, well, please take care. Then what can you say?
How do we, I have a child to 18 years old. I send a lot of videos, such as short videos and stuff. How do I make her listen to this stuff, your lectures or something like this, more towards our culture and learning this Vedanta? What can I do?
Yeah, so you cannot make someone listen with it. If that is the case, we would have a whole hall filled. It's always a few, very few. And frankly speaking, what I am saying has a basis in the Upanishad and the Bhagavad Gita. Both Ashcharyavat pashyati kashchidenam Ashcharyavat vadati tathaiva chanya Ashcharyavat kashchid shrunoti. So Shrutva penam vedana chaiva kashchid. Dharmaraja said in Kathopanishad and Bhagavan just verbatim almost repeated in Bhagavad Gita. To listen to this kind of a thing is Ashcharya, means wonder. Someone will listen. And out of that, Shrutva api enam vedana chaiva kashit. Even after listening, appreciating, understanding this is very, very rare. And therefore, to make someone listen, this is not in his own will. Because this basically, we should not, I'm not commenting upon anybody, but to come in contact with this kind of a thing, teaching requires some punyam. Vivek Shramani very beautifully says. So we have to wait. Till then you have to say, we do good actions. Help the society, this, that, etc. Help our aim for seva. Really. Honestly, generating punyam, best thing we have a platform. It's a very good platform. Generate punyam, then that will take care of. We have to wait. We cannot make any person to listen to. A husband cannot make a wife to listen to, wife cannot make a husband. Swamiji, I come, but he drops me here outside and goes. It has happened in Ahmedabad. The person was coming like this, dropping at the time of class and coming again, and to pick her up. And like that, and then one day he felt, let me just go and sit for 10 minutes. I don't know why it happened. And now he's a doctor, anesthetist in Ahmedabad. And now he is really a Vedanti. So we have to wait. If that is not there, it is not there. This is how the things are. You cannot make someone. Even people come and they may not appreciate and go away. It happens. Within 5 minutes, one person, when Puja Swamiji was discussing who am I topic in Ahmedabad, and the second day. So first day was over, 3 days talk. And the first day he said, well, all this, I'm not physical body. He explained all this in a very detail. And next day, then of course he started with this. Therefore, I am not, because you give a summary of the first day, next day you give. So he said, well, I am not this physical body. He said that. And before just 2 minutes, one couple came and sat there. And they also listened. Therefore, I am not this physical body. Puja Swami said, they listened. And she literally told to his sister, what is this talking? It's all nonsense. Immediately, I was sitting right there. how it is. So to come in contact with this, to listen, to appreciate, great. And we don't know the account of the child, right? We don't know the account. What is there? So yes, we can prompt him for a good activity, helping activity, reaching out activity, showing compassion to others, helping others to within one's own certain limits. Then definitely it is generating punyam. Obstacles will go away, and person will be able to appreciate. There is only this way we know. There is no other way we know. That is the only way. Lot of times past experience come up as memories and make us angry or resentful. How to get rid of those memories or emotions due to those memories? I would advise, memories take time to go. Because it's very deep impression, and therefore it's not that you can eradicate or erase memory like that. So definitely, but we can have one buffer between the haunting memories and you. And that buffer is our understanding of Ishvara. And therefore, be little patient. I mean, have a patience, and first understand this thing. Let us make a clear understanding of Ishvara and understanding of oneself, which is pervaded by Ishvara. Let us make first this very clear. Then in that case, this question itself will resolve. Like why I am having anger, etc. Well, also itself will resolve. If you understand the Ishvara, pervaded by Ishvara, all emotions are Ishvara, etc. We discussed yesterday. That is the real buffer between you and any emotion. Otherwise, either one situation or other situation will again create, anger, fear, other things. We want a solution which will be a lasting solution. And the process is relatively, let us make ourselves free from fear by bringing Ishvara into one's life. And for that purpose, we have to, have a clear understanding of what Ishvara is. Because the Shastra says, what you experience is Ishvara. Let me understand this equation, that how the Jagat is Ishvara, etc. Let me understand very thoroughly. And then be a little alert, lead a little alert life. We are not so alert. We are not alert, honestly. And therefore, what we study, we will not try to reflect upon sitting for 5-10 minutes. Whenever we get time, we immediately pick up the mobile and try to browse through everything, and we spend time like this. It's not, I'm not against that, but this is how we spend time. And therefore, and then again next day we come and we feel, yesterday I listened, of course, but a whole day it didn't come to my mind. But it will not come because you engage your mind in such an activity which is totally mechanical. They don't allow you, this mobile, etc., whatever is there, YouTube and all that, they don't allow you to think at all. So basically, we should keep them away for at least few minutes. Yeah, really. And this is also an Nididhyasana, where you spend some time with yourself. What I studied and where am I? Let me evaluate myself objectively, ultimately. Because you are pervaded by Ishvara, and therefore ultimately one sentence of Swami at least you can keep in mind, that I am in order, I am fine, I am okay, and everything is also okay. That thing as a baseline you have to keep. If you keep rejecting yourself, then this very teaching is not, you are not able to percolate in your life. So that is what I can say. And what is there in memory to erase? Well, Vedanta does not have any means like that. Only thing is bringing Ishvara and having a less effect of those memories, haunting memories, will be. Any memory also is a manifestation of Ishvara. But I am not able to say that because still my understanding of Ishvara is not clear. So let us make it clear. So that's the thing we have to do. How do anger, depression, etc. due to hormonal change work? It's due to chemicals out of our control, nature. Yeah. So anyway, in any way this emotion arises due to hormones or anything, ultimately it's part of the order. It's part of order. It's also manifestation that women have certain hormonal changes, etc. Even I think man also certain hormonal changes are there, but well, generally women in certain stage they get this kind of a thing, some hormonal changes and leads to either depression, leads to anger, etc., etc. So all this is part of order. So well, whether anger you get it due to unconscious or anger is due to, I would say it is still from unconscious. It manifested at a particular time in a conducive situation, especially these hormonal changes occur, then it manifested. And of course, these hormonal changes, etc., occurs and emotions also arise, is also basically a certain chemical release. They say they connect every emotion to a certain chemical release. So if you feel a certain, have a good sense in your mind, they say serotonin, etc., gets released in the mind, etc. Whatever it is, but it's all part of order. It's ultimately part of the law, part of the order. So whatever the way emotion arises, it's also part of order. We have to see the order, Ishvara, etc. So in that sense, what we told yesterday stays there. Why does fear rise in us when there is no object of fear? That's what I said before yesterday, or perhaps yesterday. Sometimes you just sit and become sad. Nothing happened. You become sad. Sometimes you sit and suddenly a fear envelops you totally. It happens. We have to understand this unconscious is manifesting, and you should allow. People generally run away. No. So we have to process, and process is what we discussed yesterday, 2-step process. And so even that's what I told also. That is what I say. In your conscious mind, you don't find any reason, still emotion arise. Then it is definitely coming from unconscious. Being unconscious, you will not know. Therefore, the reason for this fear, you will not be able to know. I told them. Like this sentence I told yesterday. And therefore, we need not worry. What is unconscious? We need not worry. You appreciate that this is something called psychological order, unconscious. Ishvara's manifestation to save the child, me, when I was child. To save me, that's everything has gone underneath the conscious mind. And therefore, whatever is happening, you don't find the cause. Still, you should not get confused. Ultimately, it is coming from unconscious. And therefore, we have to process the way we say it. I would say that people are, of course, showing many ways to make yourself free from the fear. But this is what the Shastra shows the way by which you will relatively become free from the fear and ultimately become free from the fear when you remove the cause, the duality, etc. in your understanding. There is no duality, but you take it as a duality like a dream and then become fearful. Well, so knowing the thing, you should definitely solve the issue.
Some more.
Yeah. When you quoted Chandogya Upanishad, are they
Sananta, Sanskrit Sananta.
Sandatams?
The Sananta of Sanskrit.
Sananta?
It sounded like they were Sananta terms. I think.
With the sun. Aviddo bhavati. And the sun. Sun means being. Yeah. So, on the sun, being blind, he becomes free from blindness. In deep sleep state, he is blind, but he is not aware of his blindness, right? So, on the sun, sun is a present active participle of the root us to be. So, sun means being. Being blind, he becomes free from blindness in deep sleep state. That's what I say. So there is not sananta, etc. if our present life is a consequence of past karma, and we are expected to do karma, if our present life is a consequence, we are expected to do karma as a karmic being. How do we reconcile the coexistence of us as consciousness? Yeah, true. See, if you take yourself to be an individual, definitely identify with the body, mind, senses. First identification with the mind, that's called ahankara. In fact, the very conscious mind is ahankara. And then identifying with the senses becomes a bhokta. Identifying with the organs of action becomes karta. And of course, identifying with that subtle body. And then subtle body pervades the whole gross body, and therefore identification with the gross body. So I sense that pervades, which the I sense began in the mind, pervades up to the gross body. So when you touch here, you say, why are you touching me? Right? We say that. So, this is, of course, so this individual is there, and the body mind sense complex has been given you to exhaust the karmas. And you definitely exhaust, but as a human being, you acquire new karmas. All this is within an empirical reality. As a consciousness value, all this thing becomes mithya. You can understand very well. I told you also the ego is mithya, etc. And therefore, reconciliation of coexistence of us as a consciousness, because you should understand this way, the I is always a mixture. Whenever I say I am ego, you cannot be ego or individual being, individual conscious being without consciousness. Can you be an individual conscious being without consciousness? No. So when you say I am an individual being, already you are consciousness. So the meaning of I is basically a mixture of both. It's a mixture. In a mixture, you understand consciousness as a reality and understand that ahankara, I sense, ego, as mithya. That's called jnana. And when the mixture itself is not understood, and you say I means just individual, it is called ignorance. The very process of understanding as a mixture is called viveka. In fact, that's jnana. And in that mixture, one is real, other is mithya. One arrives and goes, ego arrives and goes, consciousness ever is. That's the reality. That's how it is. So this is how it is. It's not that, well, I am a karta, at that time I am not consciousness. Karta also is a conscious being. A conscious being, any individual who is a conscious being, he has a basis in consciousness. But due to ignorance, I don't know that I am a consciousness, which is the basis of all the three states of experience, in fact. I don't know it. And therefore I take myself to be a waker, etc. I take myself to be a dreamer. Just take myself to be individual. When you understand that it is a mixture actually, and in the mixture where consciousness is, mixture means satya mithya mishra. Yeah, it's a mixture means what? It's not a mixture, but it's a way of saying. Like, you know, the beggar is a mixture of that costume and the very actor. In fact, the whole beggar is actor. The eyes of the beggar is eyes of the actor. The smile of the beggar, suppose, is a smile of actor. The hair of the actor, hair of the beggar is hair of the actor. Totally non-spirit. When two things are there, one is mithya, one is satya, but if you don't know it, you perhaps, what is real you may forget, and what is mithya, costume, you may take it as a reality. That's what it is. This is called adhyasa also. But anyway, it's called error, subject-object error. So I am consciousness is a reality. We have to understand this. That's it. That's how you begin with, you see, the message of the Vedanta has been given by Mahavakya. What is Mahavakya? You are Brahman. When say you, means ego, the knower, right? Who is operating this means of knowledge, who is exposed to the teaching, that you, the jiva, the individual, is Brahman. So you take yourself to be a jiva, etc., is not a reality. You are basically the Brahman, the knowledge on which the status of knower, etc. is there. We have to understand that way. It's not that one is there, then other is not. Definitely ego arrives and goes and well transact in the world. So when the transaction happens, conscious, that's how I said. So when you hear the words, hearer is there, consciousness is there. When the words are not heard, hearer is not there, consciousness is there. That's how we say it. So consciousness is the basis. I am consciousness, that's a reality. Basis means reality, the truth. And other things are non-separate, mithya. So everything becomes mithya. Karmic model is you karta, mithya. Then karma, mithya. Everything becomes mithya. Everything. Whole thing. What is this? Anything limited in space has to be limited in time. So why worry about living this world? So why worry about living this world as a physical?
Why living this world as a physical body?
As a physical body?
As a physical body.
Why worry about living this world as a physical body?
Why worry about that?
We should not worry. If I am not physical body, why should I worry? Yeah, the I sense is there in physical body. Let's not have it. Let us forget about this, death business and all. But day in and out, you take yourself to be a limited being. Very fact that if you just tell me, Swamiji, last year you came, you were a little thin, and this year you have put on some weight. That's it. That's it. Over. Swamiji, you are looking, how old you are? I'm this many. You look little older than what you are. That's it. Forget about death. I can never accept any limitation of attributes, limitation of time, limitation of a place. I cannot accept. There is a struggle against that. Why should not I accept? That's not your reality. What is not real, you will not accept. What's not your nature, you will not accept. When you become free from the limitation of time, space and attributes in a deep sleep state, that's the most inviting experience. Most inviting. In a moment of joy, what happens is you drop the sense of limitation. That's called moment of happiness. Just see yourself in a moment of joy, what you are. No, still I was feeling limited. I lost 2 teeth. I became awareful of my 2 teeth which has gone while I was happy. Immediately happiness will go away. Any limitation centered on I, if you are aware of, there is no joy. In a moment, forget about people say, Swamiji, you people bring this deep sleep state. I am not bringing. In a waking state itself, you dip into your own nature. In a moment of joy, you are nowhere. You are with yourself.
Individuality is not there.
Exactly. The sense of smallness is gone. That is called a moment of joy. Sense of smallness is dropped from the I, which was not there before somebody cracked a joke. I was feeling small due to some reason, in terms of time or in terms of attributes. Somebody told me like, you are older, this, that, anything. You have to drop the sense of smallness born of a limitation of time, place or attributes. That is called joy. You, in moment of joy, you are just with yourself. I should not use this. You are yourself. Atmani eva atmana. you are nowhere. You are your true self. True self. Not the self which is not the judgment about the self born of self-ignorance. No. That is dropped. And that is born of again identifying with body, etc. And therefore in deep sleep state you disidentify with the body, mind, sense complex, you are just yourself, you have a joy. So Atma is Ananda. Fullness. Wholeness. There is a wholeness, You experience the wholeness. In a moment of joy, you experience wholeness. In fact, the wholeness alone you experience, which we call as a happiness. Nothing else. Ananta eva ananda. Nowhere there is a joy. No time is a joy. There is a happy hour. But it's really not happy hour for us. There is a place which you say it's a place of happiness called some beach, etc. No. There are people who don't want to go to beach because he has lost or she has lost his spouse. Could be. He or she doesn't want to even think of a beach. No place is called joy. No time is called joy. No attribute is called joy. No object is called joy. Let's make a beeline to Costco to buy that. Yeah. When a desirable object comes, what happens is you are no more a desirer. A desire is a one who is having a lack. He got that job, he got that object. The desirer is dropped. The individual is dropped. You are just yourself. You are just yourself. Nothing else. If you understand this, if you analyze your own moments of happiness, you will understand that it's my true self really manifest. Then your, drive to know clearly one's own nature will be. Last question. How does one keep one's equanimity in the face of certain impending disaster? This is on multiple fronts all at once, on every one of the topics you mentioned, on multiple fronts. One cannot maintain equanimity. I am not able to maintain equanimity itself again creates a lot of anxiety. So let us accept that those situations are like even a disaster of losing a person. Suppose you lose a certain person, now that void which is created by absence of the physical presence of some person, one cannot fill it up. People go and advise to such occasions, Atma never died, you are all full and complete and nobody dies. It never works, I'm telling you. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So we have to go through a certain thing. Yeah, you have to. Vedanta does not have a solution like this. Some disaster occurred and accordingly mind has a certain, has anxiety, stress. Like that, let us remove. No, we don't have such quick solutions. We try to actually address the cause, and that also in a two-step. First step is relatively making oneself free, that I yesterday discussed, and ultimately removing the cause, which takes some time. So till then one has to allow oneself to undergo the process. I don't think we have any quick solution anywhere in Vedanta that something is there in the stress, is there in the mind. Yeah. Technique wise, yes, we can tell a few things. Yeah. That suppose your mind is very stressful, just observe your own breath. Try it. I will give my number. Just try that. Just observe your breath for few minutes. just 5 minutes. And then what happens? Let me know. I can give you some relaxation meditation also. But these are techniques. Today, suppose you become relaxed. Tomorrow again, same anxiety, stress comes. Again you become relaxed. Again anxiety comes. Then one day you will be tired and say, Swamiji, this is happening every day. Okay, then we say, well, this is a better way. Let's remove it, partially. Make yourself light without stress, etc. by this method which we discussed, and ultimately remove the cause, etc. which we discussed. What I discussed yesterday applies to all emotions, even though fear, etc. I said, but it applies to anger and everything. Applies to sadness, applies to jealousy, everything. And what we today discuss is regarding especially with respect to fear. The cause of the fear is in our own error, basically. Has a basis in error, not real basis. Has a basis in error. And error has a basis in ignorance, naturally. So that way we can remove it. There are techniques. And world offers techniques. And you should go. You should go. People ask Swami, but we are attending classes. Somebody is offering a technique to make yourself relax. You should. Why should not you? We should be open. But it's a technique. Technique can help you temporarily. It definitely helps temporarily. But a long-term solution, if you are interested, then this is a thing which will solve the problem in course of time. And knowledge alone is a solution. Knowledge of Ishvara. So Ishvara becomes a means to make you free from this. And Ishvara becomes end. Ultimately, by knowing identity. Ishvara is, help of Ishvara is all the way. As a means and end. That's how it is. Now?
We can have the prasadam and
Oh, yeah.
bhakti
Okay.
Would you like to come here?
Yeah, yeah.
Or
No.
we can move the chair?
Yeah, we can.
Or, yeah, sorry, Kalpana has to say.
Ah.
Don't have to say.
Hari Om and Namaste Swamiji. We don't have really any words to describe what you've given us in these 5